Banned from the ballpark, a longtime season ticket holder no longer allowed at Chase Field this season after interfering with a fly ball in left field Monday night when the D-backs played the Giants. Dave McCaskill here now with us in studio. Okay, Dave, several situations in the past few years, 4 in particular at Chase Field in our stadium downtown. So the question everybody's asking is, why do you keep doing this?
So in my defense,
please.
They're all, not they're all, but they've been over the fence. If they're over the fence, they're fair game.
Okay.
Even Monday nights,
okay,
if you look at it, you know how they have the strike zone?
Yeah, I'm aware.
I wish they had some kind of line that would show how the ball would travel, because I caught the ball above the line.
Okay.
Came down, if you see, I hit the yellow pad. So I think the way the ball's traveling, I did not interfere with Tim Tawa. I went behind his glove. I gave him an opportunity to catch it. I mean, obviously, I knew he was there, but not, and I was stayed back.
Oh, you knew he was on the field?
Oh, I knew he was on the field.
Okay, so the clip that you're describing, the situation you're describing for our viewers, is the clip seen around social media of you reaching across fans, nearly knocking gloves with outfielder Tim Tawa, and almost falling onto the field. You almost went, you know what, over tea kettle onto the field yourself. Right. So can you walk me and the viewers and the haters out there through what you're thinking when you go to a ball game? I mean, you're not new to the game. You're not new to the stands. You're not new to the seats. 6 seasons. So what's going on in your head when you go to those games?
I've never knocked anybody over.
That's good.
You know, like people, kidding me like, hey, you knocked that kid over now.
Sure.
So when the ball was hit, instantly I did look to my left to make sure that no one was there. And then, again, being an outfielder myself, I tracked the ball and I went for it. And I went parallel down the line.
Okay.
What I think the part that got me in trouble was when I did lean over and my glove came down. If I would have been able to stay up top, on top, I think I would have been fine.
Well, and you're saying parallel, and you're talking about a lot of lines. A lot of people think that the game should stay within those white lines, obviously the foul lines. Right. Why is it your instinct in so many different seasons to reach over the fence, the wall, what have you, to get these baseballs? Right. I mean, they're not all that expensive, right? I know they're collector's items, and I know you have a great deal, and we'll get to that. But why are you doing this over and over and over again and getting ejected because of it? You said, the punishment fits the crime. You got banned from Chase Field. Right.
So caught 24. If you look at those, originally, even one that's caught up here above your head gets reviewed. And that's counted as a, New York looks at it, or the manager can ask for a review. But it's like I played, college ball. I wanted to be a professional baseball player. Batting average of 221, didn't cut it.
No, that's not going to cut it.
So it's fun. But again, I have never harmed the D-backs. The 4 that people are talking about, 2 I saved home runs, and even on Monday night, it would have been a home run. They counted as the ground rule double.
So then regardless of the outcome, whether you're helping the team or not, because I don't think they need a 10th man. I haven't asked Torey Lovullo that specifically, but regardless of the outcome, I mean, do you think it's fair to the other 40,000 fans that are there? I understand that fans are encouraged to bring their gloves, catch a foul ball. You said you caught a foul ball and you're like, hell yes, now I want to catch a home run. Right. Well, 24 later, what's your end game, I guess, is really what I want to know.
I'm 55 years old.
Yes.
Maybe it's time to retire.
Okay.
And then, but yeah, I'm not trying to, I would never purposely interfere. Again, I disagree with Monday night getting thrown out. And the Joey Bart incident, when I caught that one, it's another one. If you look at the one on Monday night, the way the ball was traveling, I don't know if you saw the female standing behind me.
I did not. I have to review all 9 incidents still.
You need to watch this. If I wouldn't have caught that, that might have hit her.
Okay, so you're like a vigilante in the stands. Is that what? Okay, well.
What ifs? And then on the one that Joey Bart was the same way. They're coming 90 miles to 100 miles an hour. My dad, 80-year-old John, my dad. If I wouldn't have caught that and it would have skipped, it could have hit him.
What does John think about this nonsense, really quick? While we're on the topic of your dad, what does he think?
So he just had back surgery, so he hasn't been able to attend the last 2 months of baseball.
But he's gone with you in the past.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I take him a lot.
Okay, and does he bring a glove as well?
He does.
Okay. Did you ever let him catch one, or you get
Batting
his
practice,
way too?
maybe batting practice.
All right. I got some more serious questions. When we talk about these athletes on the field, you know, we love our Arizona Diamondbacks. We're a proud partner with them. Air Games right here on 12 News. Those guys are going to work. Not only are they going to work, but they're living out their childhood dreams. They're young guys. Do you consider the fact that you're interfering with their workday when you do this stuff, even if it's unintentional consequences?
Okay, so I don't count that interfering. And interference to me is hitting their glove or reaching over the line. The Joey Bart home run was the same thing when the security guards came and got me and took me up to the top. The main security guard said, hey, we've decided, since it was so close, we're not going to eject you. We're just going to move you to the second level so you can't interfere.
Okay, so they put it under the microscope pretty good in each of these instances.
So really, in my mind, I've only been kicked out one time, and that was my own fault. I was actually receiving a text, and the crack of the bat, and I look up, and you know it's coming so fast. I looked up, and it was when I reached over. So I think I've only interfered one time. Now your question about, am I interfering with the players? Yes. Okay. So I did 24 years in the military.
Yeah, and we thank you for your service. You can hang it up. You don't have to go into the big leagues.
Right.
But but seriously, thank you for your service.
Thank you. You know, 8 Army, 16 Air Force.
Air Force, yes.
Been deployed 8 times.
Amazing.
This is my dream now, to go to baseball games. You know, I told you I've been collecting baseball cards, autographed baseballs since I was 10 years old.
Right, since you were a kid.
Right.
We see a lot of kids doing that same thing now.
Yep.
Do you think at 55 you might have outgrown this tradition?
You know, everyone says that, and the thing is, it makes me feel like a kid again. Okay. It's fun, right?
I think that's genuine.
I talk to the big league players out there. You know, there's some really nice guys out there that talk to you, and
sure.
Yes.
I don't think you're public enemy number one. I want to be honest and transparent with the viewers. I know that there's a lot of different sides to this, and there's been haters on social media, and a lot of people who suggested that you be banned from all MLB games forever. We just saw that happen to the fan, if you can even call him that, who heckled Ketel Marte about something extremely personal. And frankly, that was disgusting. I do not think this is an apples to apples situation. I think that's a ridiculous thing to call for. I just want to know what you're planning to do. There shouldn't be a 5th time this happens, at least not at all ballpark. Like our ballpark. Yeah, I'm getting fired up, Dave.
Another reason.
What have we learned?
This went to a ban.
Yeah.
Because I never received a warning.
Okay.
Not one time.
So do you think a warning should have been issued?
Absolutely.
Or do you think the first 3 times sufficed?
But it weren't warnings. They were actually, again, wasn't reaching over.
Okay.
You know, they review everything that's close to the wall. But I think another reason this came to the ban so quickly was because of the social media, people right on the Arizona D-backs, and the Ketel Marte incident, because it just happened.
Right.
Again, I don't think, you know, I think I got a harsher punishment than Diddy just received.
Oh goodness. Well, that's a whole other story. But again, when we talk about another time, the future, you going to baseball games, I know you're going to be allowed potentially next season. Right. So what's the plan moving forward to make sure that you're not caught in a controversial situation where you're upsetting fans and people who they might be there experiencing their first ball game or making memories with their kids the way you and John have your whole life, you know?
Right. So I'm going to travel to other ballparks.
Okay. I'm
going to go watch some games. I'm going to bring my glove. I'm not going to interfere, and again, I think I've only interfered one time, officially, even though they said it's 3. And maybe if I do go back to the D-backs, I will probably sit behind home plate, behind the dugout.
Okay, somewhere with a big net in front of you.
Yeah, and still get, you know, talk to the players, get autographs.
Of course, and I know you've talked to Alek Thomas before. Obviously, again, you've been sitting out in the outfield, so you shoot the breeze with them and stuff. Have you talked to Tim Tawa at all about what happened? I know it's fresh. It's only 3 days removed.
I have not talked to Tim. I have sent a couple messages on Instagram to Alek. He has not responded. Because again, I think he thought that I reached over or that I interfered or I took the ball away from Tim. If you watch the video, which it's been played on Twitter.
In that moment, they don't.
I know. But I'm saying afterwards. Yeah. But there's been 3.9 million views on Twitter.
Right,
of
but do
that.
these multi-million-dollar athletes need to be worrying about fans getting
No.
in the way of something that could be
Right.
a web gems on ESPN
Absolutely.
later?
But no, I didn't though. He had his chance. If you watch it, I even have some friends that have always disagreed with me, on
Well,
doing
that sounds about right.
yeah. And on this one,
You're just giving me softballs, Dave. Like, do you want to play catch later? I think that might go well.
But on this one, like one of my friends, like, no, if you watch it, Tim Tall went up. He had the chance. I stayed, again, I was.
You were parallel to Dave, I will run the clip. You were like this on the yellow
Right.
part of the fence. Your belly was touching.
It was.
Okay, so what
But-
do you mean you were hanging back?
But where I caught the ball, I never interfered with Tim Tall. His glove was here. I caught it behind. I hit the wall.
So should I even ask you if you feel bad at all? Like,
No,
have you
well,
had time to think about
Absolutely.
it?
So,
Okay.
right after it happened, I'm kicked out. I'm
Yeah.
kind of stretched. I walk out. Within an hour, John Boy's tweeter, 30,000 views, comments. I was reading them. Just people, probably 70-30 or maybe 80-20 negative
Okay.
comments.
Right.
So then the next day, I was kind of waiting to see if I was going to get a phone call from the D-backs, see what my status was.
And what happened with your tickets? Could you share with the viewers?
Yeah, so I sell, since my dad hasn't gone with me, I've sold my spare ticket.
Sure.
And I put it on, Geek Squeak or Seek. And
Seat Geek. I know. I stumbled on that one too.
And the other ones. And it sold. And then, like I said, I did 3 or 4 interviews, New York Times.
Right. So is that what it's for?
No,
Is it
no.
for this 15 minutes? And I know we're giving it to you. People don't agree that we should be giving you the 15 minutes of fame. I don't think it's fame. I think it's asking you what your mindset is when you're going into that ballpark.
Right.
You're going into their place of work, the athletes, and surrounded by so many other people trying to get that same game day experience.
Right.
Everybody wants to catch a home run ball. I mean, people scrambled for Cattell's 2-run banger last night. But are you going to maybe pump the brakes a little bit, knowing that it's really starting to agitate people and you don't want to be that guy?
Right. I'm not going to. So another thing, when they go over the wall, that's the fans area.
Yeah.
It is. That's the rules. So let me finish about my ticket.
Please do. Yes.
So-
I want to know what happened to the
Okay,
team.
so
I
then,
want to know a lot.
A couple hours later, I was kind of getting ready for the game, and all of a sudden I got an email saying the ticket you sold has been revoked. Contact the D-backs.
Okay.
So I called my rep. I went to voicemail, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And then I called the front office, and I asked to speak to, a manager or something.
Sure.
They transferred me, and I got her voicemail, and I said the same thing. Hey, can someone call me back? And then about an hour later, I got another email, not a phone call, but an email, saying that I've been banned. There's been all these incidents. And again, a lot of the incidents are ones that even the ball's hit in the air and you catch it clean, like everyone, even one going down the line. Joe Smo is going to have the same thing. And so I was going to reply, but I have not yet. That was almost exactly 48 hours ago. And then at 4 o'clock, apparently someone leaked it, and ESPN alerts.
We're coming.
I got 30 to 40 texts from friends saying, I just got an alert from ESPN.
What was the most honest one for online, for a more mature audience? What was the most honest one? What are your friends telling you? Someone's talking smack to you on those text messages, calling you an idiot, right? Like, respectfully.
Yes.
Okay, so those are your real friends. Like, Dave, what the hell are you doing?
No,
right?
I have lots of good friends.
Well, sure, of course.
Banter, right? I mean.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I mean, okay. So, do you feel like it was worth it to get banned from the rest of the season at the midway point? I know postseason's a little bit of a stretch.
Here's your question. Or here's your answer. So, if I reached over, absolutely kick me out. But I still don't think, and a lot of fans don't. I mean, you look at I have people calling me names. I have people saying, I don't even know.
Well, I don't agree with the hate mail that you're getting.
And then, obviously, goes to New York, and they make the final decision, right? But again, I just wish we could have had some kind of, we have the strike zone. Why can't we have some kind of laser that shows down where that ball would hit?
You just feel an advancement in technology.
Absolutely.
in the league.
This $500 million bill for the D-backs.
Oh,
maybe this
my
week.
goodness.
So, to answer your question.
Yes, sir.
Was it worth it? Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to be. I love baseball. I love the D-backs. I've been doing it it's a big part of my life, baseball. And the year we went to the playoffs in the World Series. Amazing. It was fun.
And I do want to go back in time to 2016 because you do have a deep-rooted connection to the Diamondbacks, and you have mentioned your service to our country, and we are incredibly grateful for that. And I think it's important for the viewers to know, you know, what kind of person you are, the fan you are, the love you have for the game that most of us share. You threw out the first pitch.
I did.
You were honored at a game. So talk to me about the video that you scraped up for me. What's going on in that clip?
2016, I retired. And actually, my NCOIC had called the D-backs, you know, the PA.
And what is that? What is an
non-commissioned officer in
Okay,
charge,
thank you.
right?
All right.
He was my second-hand man or whatever. And
Yes,
he went through, you know, without me knowing, and I ended up getting to throw the first pitch out.
And so what was that moment like? Is that moment, isn't that enough? Sometimes that's all people ever get to do.
So here's something.
You know,
Maybe
I need 24 home run balls too.
No, I need more than 24. My DNA, I've never been able to go half speed. You
go all gas, no brakes.
But it's controlled.
Oh yeah, what'd you say on the radio? Controlled
aggressiveness. There's something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I think they might teach a class on that someday soon.
Particularly on 98.7.
So control. I mean, but how? How is it controlled if your knee-jerk reaction is every time a batter gets in the box that you're just gonna you're almost like a canine ready to catch a tennis ball.
No.
It's pretty reactive.
No, you got to be being proactive, being ready.
Being ready.
Always ready is the term we have at the 607.
Okay, always ready.
Right.
So I guess, is there anything that you would like to say to the fans out there who don't agree, who don't care about the angles and the parallels and the lines and the specifics that you said in your defense, which we respect you coming on and having this conversation because I think it's fascinating. But what do you want to say to the fans? I know you had mentioned trying to apologize to the Diamondbacks.
Right.
Specifically.
I apologize to the Diamondbacks for, apologize to any fans. I feel that a lot of the hate mail might have been coming more from the Giants fans.
Oh, well,
than
yeah.
the D-backs fans.
I mean, that's...
And it's ironic, the Joey Bart incident was against the Giants too, which was just
So
crazy.
you're probably not welcome there. What do they call it now? It's not AT&T anymore, was it?
Oracle?
Is it Oracle?
Yeah. So
okay.
Again, so apologize, but it's almost like now so the day that I forgot to tell this, the day that I was banned, it felt like a punch to the stomach.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you, but you're saying it's worth it.
No, it was worth it if it's fair, and I was fair. But I was not really depressed, but I was sad. And then I woke up yesterday, I have good friends supporting me, and now I'm looking forward to next year. I'm going to travel. I'm telling you, the D-backs might see me on the road.
Oh, geez. Well, if you've had any conversations with any existing outfielders, they'll see you before you see them. I'm sure they'll spot you out in the crowd.
Hopefully they all, forgive me, respect me, and we can be friends again.
Okay. I don't think I have any other questions for you. I know you spend a great deal of time writing books about your experience. I know you said you've embellished some of the stories, but a lot of it is reflective of your time in the service.
Yes.
So what about, instead of having a fifth incident that goes under review in New York, you just write a fifth book instead?
And what's funny about these books, the D-backs are mentioned in every single one of them.
In what background?
So one takes place in 2001.
Okay.
And
great year.
The year we won the World Series. 9/11.
Yeah, right.
And the military. And I talk about Mark Grace, Randy Johnson, Gonzo. Love Gonzo. He always signs for us. We talk to him, and but every part. And then so I'm not making this up. The book that's going to get published in a couple months has I did this obviously written it a couple months ago has the Joey Bart incident. So it's kind of ironic that that's going to be in there, the fourth book. And the fifth book I'm working on now, which will probably take place in 2025, and this incident might make it.
Okay, all right. Dave McCaskill here with us in studio talking about the incident heard around the internet. Not your first offense. You're a repeat offender, and you said it's all in the details. You weren't over the line. A lot of people disagree with you, but we appreciate hearing your side, because in journalism, there are two sides to every story. This one was laid out in left field for us Monday night against the Giants. Dave, thank you for coming.
Thank you, ma'am.
I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
All right.